When you discovered the law of attraction, you started to believe anything was possible. Life got better, much better. Now you want more, but it's not working. That's where the Manifest It Now show comes in. If you've been waiting for someone who can teach you the practical application to manifest quicker and easier while having more, turn the volume up, because the dynamic duo, Cassie Parks and Ginny Gane, are ready to teach you how to live the law of attraction like they do. It's time to laugh and learn.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the episode of Manifest It Now. I'm here with Cassie Parks.
And I'm here with Ginny Gane.
And we're going to talk about how fun plays a role in your manifesting, just like the importance of it, the power of it, which I feel gets under talked about, or the importance of it isn't talked about so much when we talk about manifesting.
It's not. As you were saying that, I was like, what people take away, and I never like to, sometimes it's just how we interpret stuff, right? Maybe people do say have a lot of fun, but what people take away, or what I think gets interpreted, whether it gets said or not, is like, go be happy. And I think those are two very different things.
Even when you say that, it feels different. Go be happy or go have fun.
Yeah, right? Like, one is like, well, you can almost feel like, well, how do I be happy? But go have fun. It's like you can, we don't usually use the word figure it out, but you could figure it out. Like if we said right now, push pause and go have fun, you could probably think of something to do. And if not, that's the work to do. I might
challenge you. Yeah, I was going to say, I might challenge you on that, because I don't think it is natural for a lot of people. I think we get trained out of it. Okay, but before we just keep going, getting in, Cass, what are you excited about?
Oh my gosh, so many things. I am excited about like everything that's unfolding. And so the better, I don't want to say it, the better manifest you get, but sort of the bigger, when you start to do the manifesting of your life, like we talk about, and you work 5 years out with your future self, like I do, and you're really working towards this vision of your life, like we talk about, versus the things, it often takes longer. Longer is not the right word. Things take a while to organize, or for you to see why certain things are the way they are. And something that is 2.5 years in my life that I just said, like, yes, I need to do this. I don't know why. It made zero sense, is like all coming up. It's been coming about, but it really is coming to a bigger focal point, or clearer, and just
more
confirmation. Yeah, in so many layers of ways, like so much inspiration along the way from that start to where I am now. Just like even part of sort of this vision involves a book series. And I was telling Jenny, I was talking to someone that's sort of part of an integral and in a fun way, she's super fun way, part of this vision, and coming in and as part of the alignment. Like she was using words from my series. She was using the way I wanted to describe my characters and the way I wanted to have these stories seen as the way it is. It's kind of hard to explain without going into the whole thing, but just, it was so cool to hear her use the words that have been part of this vision. And we just met, like we just connected. So that was fun.
I just want to clarify that to make it clear. So Cass has these ideas for the book series, been writing the books, and the words that she writes in her books, and that is in the book series, this woman that's connected to this new idea for her has said those. Like,
yes, like said them
like that. The alignment is so cool. Those are the details that the universe, that's what fun is all about. Like the universe is giving you these details, and which only means anything to Cassie, but this is her unfolding, and that's why it's so freaking fun.
It is so fun. Oh my gosh. And it's so fun to, there's something, I'm going to talk about this, like a lot of my clients know I have this vision of this property and this retreat and this whole thing. And I just figured out that where I'm going to put this retreat, like I was inspired to look it up in a different way than I've looked it up before. And it means mind. Yeah. And that blew me away. Like there are, like, it's always been aligned. And I think for me, it's creating this deeper understanding of alignment. And like, I get inspired action and alignment. I get all of these things. It's the way I live my life. But when Jenny and I say it gets deeper and you understand on a deeper level, like, it is a whole other level for me, which is part of the fun, is that like, oh man, like the goosebumpy stuff, you know?
Yeah. That just happened. I mean, we can talk about a million different alignments, but yeah, I'm really excited about the like unfolding as well, just of so many different things. And I posted a couple weeks ago how this really switched a perspective for me, is like, how can I enjoy the unfolding of this more? You know, not how can I get there? How can I enjoy the unfolding, because I'm here for the unfolding. That's where we don't experience fun by just having the end result. So driving the new car, being in the relationship, having the home or the financial freedom is fun. But when you think about those goals, guys, those aren't momentary things. Those are experiences. Those are that you share the relationship over time. You drive the car over time. So we don't just experience the one end result. We're here for the experience along the way of having fun and the fun of the unfolding. And I'm going to say fun of the unfolding right now, but also the surprise, the fulfillment, the satisfaction. I think what is so exciting is knowing we're being a part of that creation. So, and that's what happens. That's what you know when you're paying attention to the unfolding. And that's, I'm going to just jump right into our thing and say that's the essence of why being a deliberate creator is so fun. That's how you create fun for yourself.
Yes. And so if that's how you create fun, is by being in the unfolding, when we're not having fun, like this is one of those if-then things that occurs in manifesting, then if we're not having fun, we're probably not seeing the unfolding.
Yes. Which means, and it does not mean it's not unfolding. All it means is you're tuned into more of probably what's going wrong or what's, than you are of what is going right. And I'm going to say that takes, especially at the beginning, takes effort. Lisa and I were doing some new things the other day, and she was like, I feel a little drained. I'm like, that's okay. That's normal. Because you're literally training your mind into a new place. And so sometimes when we're starting this, people are like, it's not too hard, but like, should it take work? And I'm like, being disciplined in your thoughts is essential to your to being a deliberate creator. And that does, just like any muscle, takes a little bit of effort at the beginning. I kind of got off track here, but
I mean, it all ties to it. And so I think I can bring it back around. It does take effort to do those things. And the other side of what you need, so you need to be practicing that discipline and that effort of this change, and you need to be actively engaging fun. Mm-hmm. You don't need to, but if you want it to work faster and be more fun and easier, then that would be a good thing to do, is to activate fun. And I will, do you want to talk more about that? You want to start, like, kind of share some of our personal experiences with this?
Well, I think I just want to separate kind of two different ways to look at this. So you can have like actions that are fun. Okay. Like I have fun when I'm playing sports. I have fun when I'm laughing with my friends, versus I have the feeling of fun exists when we think and when we're aware, hey, I'm a creator. And I just watched this blue car drive by, and just yesterday I defined I wanted a blue car. That's fun. Okay, so you're not going out to do something all the time. Like, definitely that's half of what we're talking about. But you don't have, it's fun to be a creator, to witness the unfolding, to have the awareness. And like, I think that is something that we can take into wherever we are, whatever we're doing. So I don't want any limiting beliefs to be coming in of like, oh, I don't have fun, I'm not that type of person, or I don't do fun things. You can have fun and experience fun without doing fun things.
You also can have your own version of fun. Yes. Like, I don't know if I've ever shared this about my nephew and my niece, but this was a couple years ago. We took them to like a splash pad thing, and my niece is all in. She wants to be soaked. She wants it to spray her in her face. She stands on it, waits till bubble. And my nephew kind of stands on the edge and gets a little extra shower when there's a really big like burst, right?
Yeah.
And when you get in the car with both of them and you say, "Did you have fun?" emphatically, they both say yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right?
Example.
Yeah, because from the outside, and this is one of the things that really started making me pay even more attention to sort of how I'm perceiving things in this way. Like, they both in their minds had the same level of fun. They looked very different, and from the outside someone might say that she had more fun than he did, or but that's just based on their experience of fun. Right? And so your experience of fun does not have to have anything else. It doesn't have to match. It doesn't have to be getting in and getting soaked. It could be just being in the energy and walking around and skipping around the outside. Like it's your version. And I think that's really important to take into this too, is that there is no magical, this is fun. It's what feels fun to you.
Yeah. Taking this into like an adult example, like when you think of being at a social event or a barbecue, a party, whatnot, and you're going to have people who are laughing and playing and having drinks and being loud and maybe getting into discussions, and you're going to have people that are more quieter, and you are having conversations, or maybe you're observing more, or you're enjoying the food, or you're, totally different experiences. And just like your niece and nephew both report, yeah, I had fun. That was great. Because I think sometimes there is this idea that the fun we should, I have quotes, you guys can't see them, but air quotes, should have involves that that more laughing with other people part of it. And I think you can have just as deeply of a fun experience when it's not as outwardly expressed, I guess is a good way to say it.
And sometimes it gets categorized like, oh, I have to go out at night to have fun, but some people can have fun in the middle of the day at the park.
Yeah.
And it's really it's what feels fun to you. And so let anyone else's or anyone's previous things, like, let those fade away, because it's about what feels fun to you. Yeah.
And one more point on this is fun often, and when that's one of the questions I ask I'm sure you do too, Cass, ask my people, is like, it includes other people a lot. And so sometimes we put this limitation on ourselves that, well, no one's around me, or my friends or family aren't in town, or I have no friends here, or whatever the other peopleness of it includes. So I don't want you to, yes, fun 100% incorporates other people because we're human, and that part, it's sharing that connection, right? And bouncing back and forth off each other and is fun. But it's not essential. And I think that if we are kind of stopping ourselves from believing we can have fun because of maybe that condition, I would say if you open up your beliefs or beliefs about what's possible and start having fun in your own life, it will naturally expand to including other people, and in that, therefore, like, increasing that experience for you.
Absolutely.
So when we talk about, Cass, manifest, like how it plays a role in manifesting, what would you say?
Well, from a personal perspective, having fun, letting go of working so hard, both on manifesting, and I convinced myself, like, well, if I in order to be the person, I had to have all these certain things in work, and I had to put in these hours and all the things that I would definitely not coach someone to do right now, because I know better, right? But and what that did was, I was working 50 plus hours a week. I was really trying, and I remember just this one day, like, letting it all go. Like, it's not worth it. Like, if I can't have fun, like, my life is it's really, like, it's gotten sort of the fun a little bit sucked out of it, right? At times the work was fun, but then it was taking over, and I wasn't following inspired action or staying in the fun. And what I know is that year, when I let that go, and I had the space for more fun in my life, I met new friends. I had way more fun. And that is when the manifesting ball really started rolling down the hill.
Cool. No, that's a good point about having space for fun, because if we're trying to do everything and our days are all full, there's no space because fun is not doesn't equal hard work.
Right.
Or but yeah, you need that space in order for that to be able to manifest.
And so that, I mean, I talk about space a lot. We talk about it a lot in my group, but space is essential. If you're like, I don't know how to have fun, start by making sure there's space for fun.
I was just thinking, like, I can 100% with 100% certainty say my life improves the more fun I have. Like, in all ways. I have example over example of when I'm having fun. I line up with an idea, I receive more income, I receive a new client, I have an idea about or an inspiration to reach out to this person or to go and do this activity, and which increases my connection and the love I'm feeling in my life. It is always, without fail, brings more goodness into my life in all the ways. When I have more fun in my exercise and what I'm eating, I feel better in my body. So this relates to like everything, and it's kind of magical. Actually.
It is magical, and you're right. I don't think it gets talked about enough. It's the thing, because here's the thing, and some of you are going to have to catch yourselves as you start to put this into play. It doesn't feel like, it can feel like you're not doing anything, right? Because you're having fun and you're engaging with fun. And there's a lot of things connected, you know, in society that like fun doesn't equal getting the thing, right? Hard work equals getting the thing.
Yeah.
So there's that, but it's also, it doesn't feel like you're not saying a mantra, you're not visualizing, you're not scripting.
Doesn't feel like work.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. And yet it is such a key essential to the process.
It was just yesterday I was connecting with one of my clients, and she was like, I'm coming back, you know, I'm getting realigned and I'm back having fun. I'm laying in my hammock. And then I checked my, you know, sales for the month and I was up 600%. And like, she couldn't line up with that until she was in that place. Right. And so that's just one small example. But I think one of the most powerful reasons too, you got to remember when you're in fun, you are in a very non-controlling, like light, playful vibration. So I think I love when I'm talking about fun to include the word playful, because of this like lightness. And when we're having fun and being light and being playful, we're in joy, you know, we're very close to joy. There's no trying to control thing. There's no resistance. You know, when I talk about resistance, there's no resistance there. You're just floating downstream. And so that's why things can come to you so easily in that place.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and the things that we're talking about are the manifestations, but they're also the inspired actions. They're the inspirations. They're all of those things that make up manifesting in your journey and getting what you want. It's not just like, oh, I go have more fun. And sometimes it is a direct thing, right? It's like, oh, there's more money in my bank account, which I experienced this week as well. But
which is fun, eh? Receiving money is
fun. It is so fun. And like, it just opens up. It opens you up for all of those things, like to receive both sort of that end result of your manifesting and all of the details in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think coming back to what you were saying before, that this isn't it's great because it's not a box you can check. It's not like, okay, I got to go have fun today, because even if you do make it as a box, you actually you can't fake fun, basically. Right. Like, you can't go pretend to have fun. You either know you're having it or not. Like, you're in that place, and when you're in that place, then and you're laughing and you're feeling that freedom, then you're there, you're doing it. And then it's just the meaning you assign to that after that makes the biggest difference. So I had one of my clients say to me earlier this week, she was wanting to be in alignment to make sure this thing happened. And then she's like, wait, I got to apply the tools I've learned. And she's like, I'm going to go have fun this weekend. And I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Like, so excited. And so you learn to like have that as a go-to. But I guess the part I wanted to, it's like sneaky, because even if you try to make it a box and you try to make it a tool and something to do, once you get going, the energy of it takes over. And so then you find yourself having fun, and then you're doing the most productive thing you can be doing for your manifesting.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's one of the things, like, because hard work is so ingrained and got to figure this out and do this is so ingrained, and fun seems like the opposite. It is truly a like retraining and of that belief of like, this is the most productive thing I can do. When I'm having fun, it's the most productive thing. I'm in joy, I'm in fun, I'm in high vibes, I'm in the receiving mode, which, just like Cass said, is when you get inspired to the activity or you have the conversation that leads to this referral to whatever. Who knows?
And so one of the ways you can apply this is by like, if something feels hard, something feels like it's not happening, it's not aligning, just ask yourself, what would be fun to do right now? Which could be as simple as like picking up a coloring book. It could be calling a friend and having conversation. It could be setting up a social distance happy hour, like all those things.
Yeah. This is something I use on a regular, especially if I catch myself working too hard or I'm like, I'm trying. I'm like, what would be fun today? And setting it up like that, even setting your day up like that. What would be fun, and just at least starting with that. Give yourself an hour, and sometimes I'll guide people to set aside an hour or something, or a morning if you have it, and don't fill it, but just set it aside for whatever you're inspired to. And so you start asking yourself that question in the morning: what would be fun today? What would be fun today? I feel every time I get to do this, I feel so blessed because I have time freedom in my day. And so I do have time to say, what feels fun today? Oh, go do this, go do that. But letting the experience of this be a process. Like, it doesn't have to all come at once. Your days don't have to all of a sudden be filled with fun if that's not something that's already happening in your life. Like, letting that build and gain momentum.
Yeah, and it could be as simple as like, this isn't as possible as in some places, but like stopping and going down a slide on a playground or sitting on a swing for 5 minutes,
When I gotta share an example, because like so often if I'm walking along, I will like jump and touch a tree or a leaf. I can, and that's like, those are the littlest ways for me to have fun.
Yeah.
And I walked by a swing the other day in our neighborhood, and I didn't actually swing on it because I'm like, ooh, that would be so fun. But it was like on the front, like someone else's front yard.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe next time. But like, even just the idea of it, I was like, these are the little things. So yeah, it doesn't have to be something major. Just opening to experience more fun in your life, you will start to notice the possibilities for that.
Yes. So fun.
I think some other way that this not other way that it comes up. I think sometimes when you start doing this work, and with Cassie and I for sure, and you're starting to realize, I don't have a lot of fun in my life, and it might feel like hard, or you might not this is something you might not define yourself as someone who's fun. Definitely like check in with that and see if that is true for you, because you, again, like, you're meant to have fun and joy, and it doesn't have to. You might have come to that conclusion based on what society has thought fun should look like, or you should feel like, and I'm big time guessing that fun exists within you, and it's just opening to that.
Yeah, and on that note, it's generally because you're defining, do other people think I'm fun versus am I having fun? Am I having fun within myself and for myself versus like, do I do the things that maybe certain people think are fun in my life? And so would they define me as fun? And it's about coming to you and not allowing, it's not about whether someone else defines you. It's coming to this place, well, how do I decide I'm fun? How do I identify myself as fun? Like, I go have fun to me. I do fun things. How am I activating fun and enjoyment and that joy in my life?
Yeah. And as soon as you start to ask these questions, as soon as you start to become aware of this, you will notice more and more fun in your life. And I think one of the most powerful things is I used to, I think Abraham gave me this idea, but there was that easy button that get from Staples, and that was easy. I go, that was fun. That was fun. And I still do that in my days. So like if I jump and hit the leaf, I'm like, ooh, that was fun. Or if I, make a funny joke, I'm like, oh, that was fun. Or if I like decide I'm going to skip while I'm walking down the road, oh, that was fun. And I'm like constantly acknowledging the little bits of fun that are already there and already existing. And that's a really great way to step into a more fun experience for yourself. Not trying to do anything major, just noticing when it already exists for you in your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So fun.
There was as soon as we started talking, I'm like, I sign off all my lessons with have fun with this. And that's a reason. There's a reason for that. Could literally
that's awesome.
have fun. So for everyone that's listening, go have fun with this.
Yes. Bye.
Go be awesome.
Thank you for joining us on the Manifest It Now show, where you learn how to leverage the law of attraction to manifest your dreams. Now that you're inspired, share the love and review us on iTunes. While you're there, remember to subscribe.